The following segment is sponsored by UKG. A new record may be set after the big game this year, and it has nothing to do with touchdowns. Todd, CEO of UKG, is here to share how work habits may be sidelined on February 12th. Welcome to the show, Chris. It's great to see you.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay, the results are in. Tell us, how many Americans plan to miss work because of the big game?
Right. The results are definitely in, and over 16 million Americans intend to skip work on February 12th. And out of that 16 million, 6 million of them are either going to fake being sick, get the big game flu, or just ghost their employer entirely that day.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, the big question, should the Monday after the big game become a national holiday?
37% of Americans think so. So not quite a majority, but almost 2/5 of the country thinks it should be a holiday. But while it's not a holiday, employees act like it is, and so this is an example where employers should act like it is and start that conversation with their employees a couple weeks ahead of time so that they know what's going to happen.
Yes, okay, speaking of that, how should employers and managers manage this phenomenon?
Right. A great company should keep it simple, right? They should just initiate the dialogue with the team members, with the employees, and just ask for the feedback. Do you intend to come to work on Monday or not? There are other ways that companies can use their culture to make it a little bit fun. So, for instance, at UKG, we announced last week that the Monday after the big game, we are going to have a no Monday morning meetings. And so for the entire company, until noon that day, no meetings. And so it acknowledges what's going on, acknowledges people might be a little bit tired, and gives them a couple extra hours to get warmed up to start the week.
Yes, those are great ideas. Okay, what if workers are afraid to chat with their managers about being out? What's your advice?
A couple pieces of advice. The first is to realize that managers are football fans too. And so 1 in 5 of the managers whom we surveyed said that they intended to take the day off or to come in late that day. But this is a great opportunity for employees to realize that trust goes in both directions. And by initiating a conversation with their manager, an employee is going to build a sense of trust and openness and candor that's going to serve both individuals well, create engagement, and make a better workplace.
Sure, that's a good point. Okay, what are some tips for employers to better manage big cultural moments like the big game?
Right. I think the best way to manage moments like this is to treat them like holidays, right? Acknowledge them for what they are. Acknowledge what everyone was doing over the weekend, right? This is a great example of all of us appreciating the fact that we all have large, robust, active lives outside the workplace. Acknowledge that. Get the right information so that's reflected so that we can all bring our best selves to work, and use it to create a better culture and a better business.
Oh, so true. You've given us some great tips, Chris. Where can we go for more information?
Go to ukg.com. Newsroom area has a lot of great information specifically on how to avoid the big game flu at your company, but lots of other great tips and tricks on how to drive your culture and use that culture to create a great place to work.
You're awesome, Chris. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.
Thank you for having me.